Hey, what's up, guys? How's it going? I'm gonna set up this room real quick for Joey. Here's Joey right here. Hey,
Good.
what's up, Joey?
Hey, what's going on?
Not too much, man. Chilling. What about you?
Same. I'm on house arrest for COVID.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, my job won't let me go to work.
Oh damn.
I gotta work from home.
You got they found it?
No, I was just around somebody that tested positive.
Oh yeah. No, I get you. Damn, that's crazy. I haven't heard of anyone catching it lately. Like after the vaccine came out, like nobody
Yeah,
nobody that I know. It kind of felt like it kind of died down a bit, but I guess it's still, people are still catching it.
yeah, I don't know, man.
That's actually cool for you though. You get to chill at home.
It's so boring, dude.
Is it?
Yeah, the worst part is not chilling at home. It's like having to work.
Oh, while at home, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not like previous COVID where you could just do shit.
Yeah. It's a lot easier to get motivated when you're at work to do that work.
Yeah,
When
because
you're
you're
at
gonna
home, you don't want to do anything.
exactly. No, I agree. All
Oh,
right.
so I passed the
Challenge?
it was a demo, but yeah,
Nice, dude. Congrats, bro.
killed it today, dude. I rode that US 30 call, and then I took two scalps, and then it just tanked, dude. I took off my stop loss and I just rode it back up.
No way.
Yeah.
So
What are you saying?
you took the scalps this morning?
Yeah, there was like two buys. I have to go back and look.
Oh, the ones like when the market opened, right? Like right before it opened?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I took one of them.
I don't know if it was right before.
Yeah, because I took one that was like right. I was like right at the beginning, and I got scared. Well, I didn't really get scared, but I was kind of like, I don't know if you saw the candle on market open, but that thing like, let me go to US 30 real quick. Let's see, 6:30, 11. Yeah, so I literally took this one right here. So this candle shot up, and I actually took this one right here. This one right next to it, this red one.
That's the one I think I took. It was
Yeah,
like early too, right?
yeah, it was like right before open. I really just hopped in right here, and dude, when that thing shot down, I was like, crap. I was like, because I didn't realize it was 6:30. I was like, I know I shouldn't have traded at that time, but as soon as I entered, I was like, dude, that thing was crazy when it came all the way down here,
Yeah.
and it shot all the way up. I was like, oh crap, all right, cool, CP, like in like 10 minutes.
Yeah, I was holding it and then it shot back down. And I'm like, oh, did I make a mistake, dude? Should I have just sold it? And
Yeah,
then it finally came back up. But you were looking at a scalp and you were about to call it, but then you were like, no, I'm not gonna call it. I took it anyway. So yeah, so I went really red for a little while, and then the second it got back, it didn't get all the way to where it was before. It was like 950, maybe.
I think it was. Was it a seller or a buy?
All buys.
All buys. Yeah, I
Yeah.
think it was one of these over here. Oh yeah, like this one right here. I think this red one. It might have been this one right here.
All I know is like the last second you were like, I'm not taking it because it didn't touch the it was like the yellow pivot or orange pivot.
Yeah, I think it was this one right here. For US 30, right?
Um, yeah.
Yeah, I think it was this one. So it was this one right here. I didn't take it because it was too close, but then yeah, it did end up playing out. Dude, it's crazy how bullish it moved during lunch today.
Yeah. Oh man, that was wild.
It was wild. Like it hit our TP, bro.
Dude,
This thing was like an over 24-hour hold. We held this
dude,
from, yeah, total full day.
that one candle hit 33,075 in
Yeah.
3 minutes. It came from the bottom and went up in like less than 3 minutes.
Oh, this one right here, this big green one.
Yeah, it was like 2 minutes something, and then the rest of the 10 minutes was it pulling back. But it was, dude, that thing. Shit. Did you watch it or?
Well, I was watching it when it was right here. When I saw it dropping, I was like, oh crap, it's about to drop. And then like I was watching it from right here because I wanted to enter right here. Actually, I was gonna enter right here, and I was like, oh, I'm just gonna catch like the last, whatever 100 pips that are left over. Yeah, like 300 pips right here. I was like, should I enter or buy? I'm so glad I didn't because look how far it dropped. I would have been so
Yeah.
if it dropped right there, and then all of a sudden just like I think this candle, where is it at? Right there, that one. Dude, that's crazy, huh? That's crazy, man.
And then another thing that was funny when I was messing with my stop losses.
Yeah,
After open when it tanked, right?
yeah.
I was thinking of like a good spot to put it, and at first I'm thinking in my head like 800, just flat. Then I'm like, you know what? I've seen it so many times where you put it there, it'll tap it, and then it goes back. So
Yeah.
dude, I just pulled it off. I put it down at 700.
Yeah, a lot of times I'm like if I'm watching it, I won't even put a stop loss, dude. I'll manually trigger it because it's like a lot of times it'll do this. It'll come down, hit your stop loss, and then do this one pip. This one candle right here. This is a 1 minute candle, bro. This thing shot up how many pips? It shot up like over, dude. It shot up over 1,200 pips.
Yeah. The next one
like,
went up another 50, I think.
yeah, dude, that's freaking crazy. So yeah, this whole move right here within 2 minutes, it shot up like almost 2,000 pips.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And then I'm looking on the FTMO, like watch, just keep my eye on it.
Yeah.
And sure enough, like when it went down to its low, it hit like I think like 795 or 798 or some shit on FTMO. And I'm like, dude, see, if I would have put my stop loss there, I would have been in there. Yeah.
Dude, that happened to me on freaking Sunday, dude. I took a trade on Sunday night and it got really close to my stop loss, but because the numbers were off by like 20 pips or whatever, it ended up hitting my stop loss and went straight to TP. I woke up so upset. I was like, man, if I just put my stop loss a little lower, it wouldn't have hit it. Because it literally was just off by like a few pips, and then it ended up hitting it anyways.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah, it's all good. I mean, it happens.
Dude, I love the interview, bro.
Oh yeah, you watched it, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
awesome.
That dude, he actually owns his own trading company too. Like he was following K2 like when I first, like even before K2 was even anything. When I used to have like K2 used to be a meme page before, dude, like a trading meme page.
Really?
Yeah. So that guy used to follow me like way back, like 2-3 years ago. And then he saw like how K2 pretty much evolved like from those years. And then he wanted to interview me. So I was like, all right, well, might as well. So it was cool.
Yeah, get your name out there.
Yeah, no, definitely. I was like, I might as well. I got nothing to hide, The people that don't want to do interviews are like people that got stuff to hide or that don't know how to talk about trading stuff. Yeah. So I was like, I could go on and on talking about trading, talking about my trading style or like anything that I've learned. So
hey, at the end you were talking about doing something with like the community. What was that all about?
that's the prop firm. It's kind of similar to FTMO.
Yeah, what does that mean? Yeah.
It's similar to FTMO, but it's just it's not going to be open. Like people can't just sign up and join the K2 prop firm. Like we're going to be vetting people to make sure that they're legit and they actually know what they're doing.
But it's the same like concept as FTMO though.
Yeah, same concept, but my money.
Okay.
So it's not.
Okay.
Yeah, it's gonna be my money, and it's like mostly like they're gonna have to use the strategies that we're applying here, like these snipe strategies, because obviously it works. So I'll probably be like mentoring people, like because obviously people are gonna be trading my own money, so I want to make sure that they actually get this down, and they actually know what they're doing, so that it'll work out that way. Because in that way I can just I could focus on my own trading. I don't have to like deal with like really mentoring new people. Like I can just focus on a focused group of people, like a set group of people, and I can just make sure that they master it and they get really good, so that they basically just trade for me.
Oh, that's not a bad idea.
Yeah, because like for me, I trade on my own, but then if I like on some days when I don't want to trade or when I want to do other stuff, other people can be trading and they'll be trading the same strategy that we're applying anyways. So it's it's a win-win for everyone pretty much.
Yeah.
Because like if they win, I win. If I win, they win too. So, it goes both ways. So that's
like you're investing in everybody.
Exactly. Yeah, like I'm investing in K2 members to trade my money. Because obviously what we're doing here works and it's crazy. Like just seeing everyone's profits. Like today, a couple people sent me their profits, and I was like, damn, dude, like people were killing it while I was just chilling. Like Joe over here, this dude said his best trading day ever he had so
God damn,
far.
what was he trading?
US 30.
Wow.
Yeah, he traded US 30 today while we were hanging out, and he made 7,000. He technically made 10,000. He had one loss or a couple losses where he lost like 2,000, but
Yeah.
dude, he was just scalping all morning. He locked in 7,064
Oh
off
man,
it.
that's a lot though, dude. Look at that lot size.
Yeah, dude,
Whew.
he was going heavy. He was going heavy, but it played out perfect. Like him, Camo too, dude locked in about 539. So this is what I'm saying. Like if people keep applying my strategy, and if everyone can keep yielding these same results every day, it would just make more sense for me to just fund K2 traders here, and then just have
Yeah,
just have them pretty much, take a little percentage of it. Because in this
dude.
way, I think like this way, I know what people are doing. Like for
Yeah,
FTMO, it's like anyone can apply any strategy that they want, and like you don't even know if like their strategy is good or not, if they're just getting lucky, right? Like for
yeah,
us here, we're all applying the same strategy, so it makes more sense for us to just keep applying the same strategy.
it works, dude. I made last night I lost. I was messing around with the Nasdaq.
Yeah,
So I just sold once I took the trade, I just sold like little bits of it because it just wasn't going the way I thought it was. So I lost like $65.
well, that's
And
not
then yeah, no, and then I had two US 30 spy scalps last night that hit
nice.
stop loss. So I lost
Hopefully,
like
it's stop loss. I thought you said
yeah,
it.
nah. So it hit stop loss. So I lost like 300 last night, but this morning I made like 1,000.
Nice.
So I'm like 725 for the day.
So you pretty much just made it all back for the most part.
Yeah, and I was see my problem was I got a little greedy. Like early on when the first spike up happened,
Yeah.
I was like $100 away from passing the demo. So I was like, oh, I'm just gonna let it ride out and pass this demo on these trades that I got, And I was like, I don't want to take another one. And then sure enough, it fucking crashed. And then
Yeah.
it came back up. I passed it anyways, but
Yeah, whenever you feel greed, I would just step away. That's like one the main indicator where you should just not be trading. If you start to feel greedy, you should just not trade.
yeah.
And
Well,
when it happens, you could
oh
feel it.
yeah.
You're
Oh,
like
I knew. Yeah.
you're like I'm gonna
So
double it on
close,
size.
dude.
Yeah, exactly. Because
And I got a picture
you take a picture.
of the open trades at the time,
Yeah,
and it was at like 932 like total between my trades.
yeah,
And
dude.
then that went to like negative like 1,200 to 18,
Oh
negative
man,
18, 1,500 maybe. Yeah.
damn, dude. Yeah, that's the main thing. Like if your mindset isn't there 100%, like there's two times where I skip trades if I feel greedy or if I feel scared. If I feel nervous about a trade, I'm not going to take it because if you take that trade, it's just going to mess with your head the entire trade,
Yeah.
and you're probably going to want to exit early or make mistakes. So I personally just sit out if I feel that way when I'm taking.
Yeah.
Minutes when I get on there, okay?
Just shut off the Xbox.
I have to shut it. But I have a 199. I have to. Let me tell him. Tell him. I have to get off and.
Yeah. So
I didn't even tell him.
Yeah,
yeah, Kyle.
Quick.
Kyle.
Shut it off
No,
completely.
you do it.
No, come on. Hurry.
Yeah, so
Oh
my god.
There you go.
There you go. Yo,
I'll realize that he was on the mic.
yeah, probably not. Yo, the scalping strategy, you said you used it on Forex pairs, right?
Yeah.
On the 4 hour?
Not on the 4 hour, but I've used it on the 3 minute. I mean, you can use it on the 4 hour, but I wouldn't really depend on it too much because the 4 hour is different. Like that thing, like when you trade on a time frame that wide, like a lot of stuff can happen within the next 4 hours.
Yeah.
Especially with like news. Like if you're trading momentum.
Oh, did you see the euros? The euro versus the dollar?
Oh no, I didn't. Let me pull it up. Oh, that's what I have to do. I'm gonna look up the. Oh yeah, that spike right there, right? Good thing I didn't take this.
Yeah.
because I was looking at this right here for a sell for late entry right here. Thank God I didn't take a trade, dude, because I knew it was gonna spike up when the Fed started speaking, because it was directly affecting, you know, the US dollar. I think this is gonna come back down though.
Yeah, it has to.
Yeah,
It's a big move.
yeah, look at the dollar index, dude. This is what happened during the Fed when he spoke right here exactly at 11, dude. This is when the Fed spoke, 11 o'clock. So literally, Jerome Powell spoke, and this thing tanked heavy. So that's what caused that spike up for your USD right here.
Oh yeah, the currency strength changed.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
It was, but when they were speaking, the dollar was just one red bar. Now it's 3 bars, and a euro was like maxed out. Now it's down to 4.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why I held off on the Forex trades. Now we just gotta wait for it to smoothen out. Damn, this is the trade I wanted to call yesterday, and I didn't call it, or on Monday actually, for odd CHF. This would have been a nice TP.
Yeah, because I was looking at the 4-hour, right? Because I'm gonna start picking. I'm gonna pick like a few pairs to just start messing around with. Like I can't manage a whole, the whole watch list.
Yeah, no,
At
definitely.
this point, yeah.
Just follow one that you like really like, and to just understand how it moves. Kind of like how I do with US 30. Like that's my main asset. I still trade Forex, but not like it's not my main thing anymore. It's like I'll take the trade and I'll just let it run, but I'm not going to be following it like all day like how I used to.
Yeah.
Because there's really no point. I make so much profit off US 30. It's like, dude, one US 30 win covers like a whole week of like, bro.
That's
like,
why I was drawn to US 30.
Yeah, same here.
So quick.
Yeah, because I would see everyone killing it with US 30, and I'm like, dude, if they're killing it, I have to be able to kill it too. Like, there's no reason for me not to kill it. Like, if I'm doing solo Forex, I might as well just figure out how to trade, US 30, because there's always a way, dude. Like, it's like solving a puzzle,
Mm-hmm.
You just got to figure out like what pieces fit what, and once you get something down, like the scalp strategy that I created, like that literally works on everything. And you could just rinse and repeat it off whatever you want to trade.
You said 30-minute Forex pairs, right, for the scalp?
Well, it depends. I mean, you would have to go and back test it. I've used it on 30-minute, but here, let's just take a look anyways. Let's see. What's a pair that you like? We can test something.
My number one is GJ.
GJ. I don't know if GJ is well, it might. I don't know if it works well on a 30-minute. You might have to use something like maybe the 1 hour or the 15-minute or something. But let's check this out on the 30. Let's see how it looks. Let's see. So we got one entry right here. I guess it does work. It's not necessarily a. Let's see. So we got a couple right here. I'm just gonna mark these up so we can take a look.
But you're not like you're not saying 50 pips, right? It's different when you're on.
Yeah.
Okay.
On Forex, it's way different because the thing with like for US 30, it moves the same like all throughout the day, right? Like it's a consistent movement. Obviously, it'll be faster during certain time periods, but for GJ, this is something that you'll see like dead periods and then you'll see fast periods. So you kind of have to cater it to like that specific time. So like, for example, right here, I guess this one's still running. So if you were to take this trade right here, let's see, my stop loss would probably be around 30. I like to use like whole numbers. Oops, let me fix this real quick. Yeah, I like to use whole numbers. So I'll probably use like, if I have like 28.5, I'll just round it to 30, or I'll round it to like 25. So this would have been an entry right here, Jay. Looks like it's technically still active and running right now. Let's see if there's another one here. So there's one there. There's actually another one right here. Let's back up to here. Yeah, so this one right here actually is a decent one too. So if you were to take this, I think 30 is like the sweet spot for GJ.
30 pips.
Yeah, because that's what I normally would have used before. So if we do 30 pips here, and then we let that run, it's still running. So this is about to hit full TP right here. But so you can see here that there's a lot of fake outs, right? There's a lot of entries here. So like, I don't know if the 30-minute would be really that good for GJ. You might have to try something else, because if there's a lot of entries right here, like something like this, or like for this, I'd probably avoid it because I would see it as choppy.
Mm-hmm.
Because when I don't know if you know, because for me, it's easier for me to just look at the chart. Like I can literally just zoom out and I can see what's choppy to me. Like this would be bullish. You know, this would be choppy right here. This would be bullish. Like I can just stare at the chart and I can see what looks bullish to me, what looks bearish, what looks bullish. You know, like I can just take a look at. I could glance at it. Like for something over here, this looks kind of choppy. I don't know if you can see what I see. Obviously, you probably can't because you're not able to just, you know, take a bird's eye view. Because this looks bullish to me.
Looks like it doesn't know what it wants to do.
Yeah, like right here looks bullish to me. Like if I take the pivots off, or if I take everything off, really, if I take everything off, this would look bullish to me. And then this right here would look messy to me right here.
Yeah, those wicks are pretty.
Yeah, so you might have to go on a higher time
Serious.
frame. Yeah, unless you're like really good at identifying, you know, market structure from a bird's eye view, it might be easier for you to go on the higher time frame. Because while there is entries here, it's going to be hard for you to really decipher, you know, what you should be focusing on and what you shouldn't. Because like, for example, here, there's entries on both sides. There's like sells right here, and then there's buys right here. So if you don't know what to look for, it's going to be hard for you to really determine, you know, do I take the sell or do I take this buy? Because if you take the sell here, you probably would have hit your TP. But if you took this buy here, you obviously would hit your stop loss. So this is something that you could test out and practice with, but I wouldn't necessarily hop right into it. I would try to play around with it and figure out what's good or what's not.
Yeah.
But you should probably skip this day anyways. Let's go back a little further, because this is obviously this is a heavy news day for FOMC.
Mm-hmm.
FOMC, yeah. So we would probably, let's just go to a random day over here, like something like on the 8th. I don't think there was anything going on this day.
You also got to look at like what time it is, because GJ moves a lot during London.
Exactly, yeah. And then that's what I was mentioning earlier too, Joey. Like if you want to trade Forex, you have to actually pay attention to the sessions. For US 30, I don't really pay attention to the sessions because they pick up, like if it's moving slow, it'll pick up eventually. But for GJ, it really moves specifically like to sessions. So like, for example, right here, if you were to take this, let's see when these entries came up. And it just depends on which Forex pair you decide to trade. Like this is like 7:30, this or 17:30. I think this is like 5:30 p.m. my time. So this would be on Tokyo Open. So if you took that trade there, I mean, obviously it would have hit TP. So that would have been a good one. Like what I'm mainly looking for here is I'm looking for bad trades so that we can kind of identify, you know, where you should be trading, where you shouldn't be trading. Like for example, here, I probably wouldn't trade within this area. I would make sure to draw all of your structures first to identify. It'll help you look at the chart to see like, you know, how things are moving. Because obviously you want to take trades when it's actually pushing like in a direction. But like right here, you can see that this whole area here is just a consolidation area right here. So if you saw any entries right here, I probably would skip it. Even though there's a couple of good entries here. So, I mean, it's case by case basis. Like for example, right here, there's like some sells here that you could have taken, which.
So you're not applying this to Forex pairs that much.
Yeah, not really, because I'm already trading Forex pairs on the 4-hour. So
okay.
I mean, if I'm trading on the 30-minute, dude, I got to be on this chart all day, you know, because these candles
are
fast. So there's really no point in me trading this because I'm already trading US 30 all day. So if this is what you want to trade, I mean, you can get good at it. Like, don't get me wrong, you can get good at it. It's just going to take a lot of effort to figure out what works and what doesn't, because I can't really teach you exactly, you know, how to apply this.
Yeah. Because I know.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to open my book and add more, you know, strategies to it. You know what I mean? Like I'm pretty good with US 30, but like nobody's good with only one skill, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
You got to keep adding to them.
Yeah, so it looks like it works for the most part. I mean, if you use 30 as a sweet spot on a 30-minute, Yeah, because there's a bunch of entries here. I mean, there's one entry there. There's like 5 entries right here. The problem with the forex pairs is that it touches a lot, right? It touches the pivot a lot, so it's kind of hard to really decipher what you should be looking at and what you should be ignoring. Like for US 30, it's a little easier because it doesn't necessarily test it as much as like, because like for US 30, it'll like bounce off. Like there's going to be entries that come up every so often, but it'll bounce away from the pivots for a while, where there's going to be no entries for X amount of time. And just for me, it's easier for me to identify when stuff is trending or when it's consolidating, right? Because it's pretty spread out. Like it's kind of easier to see versus when you're looking at GJ. It's a little harder for you to tell because the zones are going to be spread out more too. Like if you're looking at US 30, since we're on the 10-minute, it's easier to see where the rejection points are. But for GJ, it might be a little harder. So I guess it depends. It depends.
Just gotta back test it.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll look at it.
Yeah, it's really gonna come from your back test to see what works and what doesn't. Because you're gonna find something that works. Obviously, you're like, here's like one loss. Like for something like this, I actually like seeing losses because then I could figure out what what happened there. Like what could you have done differently to avoid a trade like this? And just looking at it here, I can tell. Do you know why you would have avoided this trade?
Projecting off 2 zones.
Yeah, so this one, yeah, so that's one thing that Kyle saw. Another one was, well, this ties in with what Kyle said. Another thing here is that it's consolidating a lot, right? Or it's not consolidating, but it's choppy. Like if I take off the candles, super choppy around this area right here. So with it being choppy, that creates uncertainty. So like how Kyle said, that it's rejecting off 2 zones, that creates uncertainty too. And you don't want to take trades when it's uncertain. Like you want to take trades over here where it's moving up smoothly. Or like vice versa when it's moving. I don't see any downtrends, but yeah, just right here where you see it's trending up pretty nice. These are going to be smooth moves right here. I wouldn't take this for 1 because the price is choppy. For 2, Kyle mentioned that it's rejecting off 2 zones. These zones are more important on the 30-minute. Like on the 10-minute, you'll see a lot of rejections off the zones, but it doesn't really mean anything, right? It's a small little rejection. But if you're looking at it on the 30-minute, it starts to respect it a whole lot more. So that's
where do you see the 2 zones?
right here and right here.
The top and the bottom on that one wick.
Oh, the red one or the green one?
Well, yeah, both the red and the entry would be off the red one, but they're both rejecting off both of them right there. So.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
So that's something that you might want to keep in mind. Like the higher time frame you go, the stronger the zones become because they don't touch them as often because they're on higher. There's more time within each candlestick versus the 10-minute, where like on the 10-minute it'll bounce off the structure, but it's not necessarily really. It's not a strong rejection, right? It'll come over, bounce off it, it'll keep coming down. But
plus with that strategy, if you're going with like the Forex pair, you really wouldn't want to go in a sell anyways because you're technically going against the trend because it's so bullish. GJ has been so bullish for the past month now.
Exactly. Yeah. See, so Kyle understands like how it moves. Like the reason Kyle can see this like really easily is because he trades DJ a lot, so he understands how it moves. Same with like me with US 30. So like definitely if you want to like master this, Joey, you can. It's just going to take a lot of back testing. Like if this is going to be your pair, I would just focus on just this. Don't look at anything else and just figure out, what you can do differently. Like I would back test it and I would document all the trades, like just like make a Excel sheet and then just put, every trade that you thought was a good trade, just document it. And then, highlight the ones that lose. And then you'll just go back and see, why they lose. Like, let me see if I have my back test here. Because I think I have a couple back test things that I've used. And I think I've showed you them before.
Yeah, you sent me a couple.
Let's see. US, like indices back test right here. Yeah, like something for this. Like whenever I back test something that I like to use, like I'll like write everything down and then I'll highlight the stuff that loses so that I can see, I take like little notes on them. I'm like, oh, it's ranging. Or I'll be like, oh, it went straight to stop loss. and then it reversed. And then I checked the times because generally right here you can see like all the losses happen like around 320. So I'm like, all right,
Oh,
I should just not trade at 320, right?
dude, I started my back test sheet. I didn't have times in it, and
Yeah.
halfway through, I'm like, I gotta put the times in. So I
Yeah.
started added them. Yeah.
Exactly. Especially if you're trading something like, GJ, because the Forex pairs, some of them have sweet spots, like where it's a good time to trade them. And like, this is like my back test of US 30. I was like, oh, it like almost always flops at like Asia sessions. So I'm like, yeah, I should just probably not trade US 30 during Asia session. So that's one way to do it. And that's the only way that you'll really master the strategy, and you'll really master, specific assets, because then you'll actually understand how they move, and you'll know like when to trade them and when not to trade them.
Yeah. Now, when you figured out US 30, 1500, you're like, or even for the scalp, the 50 pips, right?
Mhm.
How did you come, like when you're back testing, did you just put like a bunch of different like variables in there and just figured out which one hits the most? Like, how do you find that sweet spot?
So the way that I would do it is like when you make your entry, put your stop loss at the swing. So then, well, I don't have it on mine right now, but let me see.
This is more for not GJ. This is for I'm looking at NASDAQ, US 100.
Yeah, let's go to that real quick. So yeah, if you want to go to NASDAQ, let's see.
Because like I showed you, I told you that one trade I lost. I was like selling bits of it because it was just going the wrong way. So I don't know what, or I want to figure out for myself what.
Yeah, so you want to do it on the 10-minute, or do you want to do it on something else?
I was doing a 10-minute, just like
Okay.
the US 30 one.
Cool. Yeah. So like what I would do is I would go back and look at entries. I would like set them all with stop loss to the previous swing. And then I would just try to calculate to see, what's the sweet spot where it generally swings back to. Because usually the swings will be in the same area. It's going to have a similar swing for each trade. Like, let me just check this out, for example. So looking at this here, let's see where the first entry would be. There'd be one entry right here, but this is kind of irrelevant for us to be looking at because it's not going to hit TP yet. But
would you use that little zone?
Yeah, every zone matters. Yeah, every zone matters. So I would use that one. So if I was to do this, like this is where I would try to figure out, like I would try to map it out. And I'm like, all right, this is probably like way too big of a zone. 600 pips is a big move for this. So I'm like, all right, this is probably an outlier, right? And obviously it's an outlier because price moves up here and then it's just retracing back from like that big move. So I probably wouldn't use this as a sample. I go back a little further to see like when price is actually moving a bit smoother. Like, let's see, like for example, these are going to be outliers too, because there's like no movement here. So if you were to measure this and enter a sell right here, or I guess it wouldn't necessarily be an outlier. It just looks like small candles because everything else is bigger. But if you were to take something like, because there's so many entries here. So like this is probably one right here, this green one. If you were to take that, you can probably measure your stop loss at the previous swing, and you can see that it's about like 164 pips, right? So that's like something that I would probably jot down. I'm like, all right, 162 pips. I'll keep the sweet spot between like 150 and 200. And then as I continue to go on, like say, for example, I see another entry like right here. I see that. I'm going to enter another sell stop or a sell order there. And I'll just map it up again to the middle of the pivots or at the swing, either at the swing right here or the middle of the pivots. So you can see right here from the middle of pivots, it's around the same area. It's like 162. So I'm like, all right, sweet spot is still between 150 and 200. And then that's basically how I would do it. I would go out, but you have to go back like pretty far, not just like one day.
Yeah.
You got to go back like months or as far as it goes, just to see the consistency of it. Like for example, right here, we have a buy. We'll enter a buy position right here. You move your stop loss to the previous, either the swing. This is way too far, like 500 pips. That might be too far. You go to the middle of the pivots to about 250. That's kind of closer to where your sweet spot was, like 150 to 200. So then maybe at that point, you'll just widen it out even further. So like from 150 to 250. But like for something like this, you would have to document it because you want to see like every trade that you look at. And then whatever's closest, like for me, when I was backtesting US 30, I would see that it was between like 300 and 700. I would do that. And then as it kept going down further and further, I saw that for a lot of trades, it would get tighter and tighter. Like it would be from 300 to 700, then it would be from 400 to 600. And then it got to a point where I was like, all right, 500 is a sweet spot. It's right in the middle where majority of the wins would happen if I would just go for 500 for, a scalp move. The back test was a lot easier for the daily because it's the same trade every day, right? It's the same thing.
Yeah.
So that was an easier back test for me to figure out what the sweet spot was for that. But for the scalps, it took some more time, but then I figured it out over the same period. Because I would just go back as far as I could. Like I would probably just zoom out from NASDAQ, just go like literally as far back as you could. See how far does it go?
It sucks though, because I feel like maybe I just on my trading view, but like if I'm on a higher time frame, I can go back further than the 10
Oh yeah,
minute.
no, for sure. Yeah, the data gets cut off.
Yeah.
Like, right here it gets cut off in August. I don't know why this happened. Before, when I first tested it, we used to go back like way farther back. Like I was able to go back like years and years behind, but it looks like it cuts it off right here at
Probably got to pay for it, subscription.
maybe or buy the data. Yeah, because they have some data sets where you can buy them from TradingView. I haven't bought them like myself, but I think that's probably what it is. You just need to go and buy the data from the actual future, or you have to probably look at the actual future. So, for example, this is NASDAQ US 100. You probably have to go back to like NQ, the actual future. So the E-mini. Actually, this wouldn't go far back either because these are by dates. But I'm gonna scroll back anyways to see if it goes farther. This actually gets shorter. NQ, let's see. Yeah, it's not gonna work. Let's see NASDAQ.
I mean, if they're selling that data, they're definitely not going to let you see it on their website.
Yeah, because you'd have to buy the actual futures data. I think that's probably what it is. Because I did see that when I upgraded my trading view, it was like $50 a month or something, or $50 for a year. Which, I mean, it's not that, if that's what you trade, then what's $50, right? You make that back with the trade.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if that's the case and you really want to figure it out, you can either do that by the data or go on a different platform. The platform that I used to backtest US 30 was Thinkorswim because they had the actual future data on there. And that's where I used to trade a long time ago. But I think you should be fine. Like, even if you were to go back to August, I think you'd be fine too. You can probably just go back all the way to the beginning to where you can go. I think it was like August 2020, and you just replay it. Oh shit, dude! Look, I was able.
So you just have to go back.
You just have to go back, yeah.
Oh shit. Okay.
Okay, I didn't know that either. Now we know.
Yeah, there we go.
Okay, yeah. So like, yeah, here's January. Let me see if I go back. Okay, no, I think that's too far. So I went back way to January, but I guess
still enough. Yeah.
Yeah, because realistically, like the data that far back is probably if you're trying to look at scalps, it's not going to make a big difference, right? It's like market doesn't change from year to year for scalps. If you're looking at intraday or swing trades, then yeah, it'll change a lot. But for scalps, it's not really a big deal. You can go to like any random time, and then you can go from here. Just look at entries. Like, all right, there's a couple entries right here. Yeah, like something like that. But it shouldn't take that long. For scalps, it should be a lot easier for you to determine what the sweet spot is just by, I mean, you don't even have to back test it. You can probably just keep practicing. And then when you lose, you'll just take data, like you'll take information on it, right? So you can see like why you lost. Your stop loss is too tight, too close. But you can see the huge difference, right? So like earlier we were looking and like the swings were like at like 260 or something. If you go here, the middle of pivots were like 100.
Yeah.
So that's what I mean about like you'll have a low point and then you'll have a high point. And then as you have enough data, like you pull enough samples, you can tighten it to figure out, what the sweet spot is. I think for NASDAQ, it's probably going to be around 150 though. Or you can just ask the group because I know there's other people in the group that trade it and they actually trade it pretty often where they have a pretty solid, understanding as to what the sweet spot is.
To look at that. Yeah, because I hate when when US 30 jumps away from the pivots. You gotta wait for it to come back. I want to have I want to be able to trade like NASDAQ or something.
Yeah, no, definitely. Yeah.
'Cause like I'm trading like specific times.
Hmm.
Like I'm not, watching it 24/7. So if it's dead during that specific time, I don't make anything.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah. That's why you should probably have like one. I think US 30 and NASDAQ would probably be two of the good indices to trade because they move different. Like I wouldn't go from US 30 to S&P because they move the same. Even like US 30 and the DAX move the same. So it's kind of pointless. Like you might as well just trade one. Um, but I think US 30 and NASDAQ are pretty solid for the most part because they're totally different assets. Like these are the tech stocks. US 30 is like more of the generalized top 30 stocks of the US. So I think that'd be good.
I have to look
But
into it.
yeah, you just
Practice.
and it's better for you to practice than for me to give you the number anyways, because then it helps you actually
Oh
understand.
yeah,
And
100%.
yeah, because like I could give anyone like the sweet spots, and if I give some of the sweet spots, that doesn't even matter that they're probably gonna, it doesn't even mean that they're gonna follow it, right? There's
Yeah.
times where I give people tips and they don't even follow it, and I'm like, and then they wonder
I
why they
just
lose trades.
I'm trying to get the recipe. That's what I mean. I want
Exactly.
to get that recipe on how to get that sweet spot, and then I can just apply it.
Exactly. Yeah. So it's just gonna come with a lot of testing. You just got to go back and test it. You're gonna have to go back, just run trades, or you can even forward test it. You don't even have to back test it. You can just take trades, but for every trade that you take, actually like put down details like what time did you take the trade? Was it a buy or sell? Was it trend up or down? Because then that's how I create my strategies. Like I go and I back test stuff and I see patterns and I see how it moves. So like it depends if I want to incorporate the trend or if I don't want to, or if I want to like determine if I want to incorporate the zones or not. Because a lot of stuff isn't really necessary, but it just gives you that better feeling when you have that confirmation that it was actually there.
Oh, you could sort that data too.
Exactly. Yeah. And then once you have all the data, like the more data, the better, because then you can start taking stuff out, you can add some more stuff in. And then like the more data you have, the more accurate your information would be once you start applying it. Because that's kind of like how Kyle came up with like the Asia entry, right? Like he just started doing it during Asia sessions, and I was like, it was like as easy as that. Just try to figure out if it works during other sessions. And then
Yeah.
same with Josh with his Sunday Monday strategy. He just like started applying it on Sundays, and then he came up with his own strategy right then and there.
Yeah, the sweet spot for US 30 on the Asian is like 50 points, 50, 60 points. Yesterday it hit it exactly 50 points and then retraced.
And yeah, that sounds about right since it barely moves during Asia session. Because I remember I would
Going
back.
to the moon
Yeah,
right now.
it's going to the moon. Let me check.
Yeah, 3,100, not an 8.
US 30. Damn, this thing is still pushing, dude. All-time high, bro. That's crazy, man. In the middle of a pandemic. How does this even happen? Yeah, is the sentiment still high? Let me see. US 30 sentiment.
78%.
Damn.
Damn, okay. Yep, that makes sense. They're trying to stop all these people out, dude. Yeah. They probably went for a stop loss hunt. Let me check this
You know what
out.
was
Now
crazy?
77, just like 5 minutes ago was.
I got 78 on mine. You know what's oh no, yeah, you're right. You know what's crazy? That big move, that big green candle.
Yeah.
I think the sentiment was like 74% or 73%, something like that. I don't think it changed after that big ass. So people must not have stop losses on their trades. I don't know.
Exactly, right?
Well, some people take them off just because they know the news is coming and they expected the spike.
and they get, what happened was they probably got margin called out, bro. So they got margin called out, then their positions got liquidated, and then they had food. So like this is how I identify the stop loss hunts. Like I'm sure you've seen it before. I generally like to see like because you just got to think how other people are thinking. If you're thinking like other retail traders, whenever price gets to all-time high, everyone thinks it's gonna come down, right? Like everyone thinks it's gonna reject and come crashing down. So like what happens is they enter like a sell limit right here. And the way that I would measure it is I would use whole numbers like this. Like I would put 500 pips because that's usually where people put their stop losses at. 500 pips, again at like 1,000 pips.
Oh, off the all-time high. You base this off of?
Yeah, because most people try to enter off the all-time high. They have like a sell limit there because they think it's going to drop. And I just base it off this. So I do that. And then this is just for me to understand, you know, where people are putting their stop losses at. Because everyone puts their stop losses at different ranges. This just helps you understand, like, because like some people like on the 10-minute, their stop loss will be here. If they're like on 30-minute, they'll probably be a little bit wider. And then, you know, et cetera, if they're trying to catch these bigger moves over here. But yeah, once I have those lined up right there, I just, you know, I turn this off. And then I look at price when it reaches certain area. So I think when price, you know, breaks and closes past this area, it's gonna hit some liquidity, and then it's just gonna shoot up, like right there. See that? It goes up. People get their stops triggered right there. People sell off, and it comes right back down. And then same situation, comes back up, sells back down. So this is an area of liquidity because this is where people are selling. So you know how I mentioned that people have their stop losses right here for the sell, I mean their sell limits. Other people have sell limits right here. So whenever price gets to that point, so you can see when price ends up pushing up to this point right here, it's like a back and forth movement, because like right here for this candle, price gets pushed up and it hits liquidity when price breaks this point right here. So when price breaks this point up here, it hits liquidity, then it goes for a stop loss hunt up to here. But at that point, people have sell limits here, so it pushes price right back down. Do you get what I'm saying with that?
Yeah.
So that it's like a back and forth movement. Price gets pushed up, and then all the sell limits in this area get filled, so price comes back down. And then the same situation happens again over here, where price comes back up, and then all the sell limits get triggered again right there, and it comes right back down. So it's like orders from both sides getting filled, and it just creates liquidity both ways. And then again, right here, it comes back up, comes back up.
These are retail traders, you're saying, or
it could be
just
retail.
a combination of everybody?
Yeah, it's a combination of everybody, because everyone is probably entering and exiting at the same area around this.
I feel like this is some shit a computer would do.
Exactly. The banks use algos, so they have.
Yeah,
this,
that's. I feel like they would hit that and they'd be like, "Go ahead, start selling." Like it's the all-time high.
Exactly. Yeah, they have like little you know, robots that are taking the trades for them. That's why it just moves so fast. And then again, right there, price breaks, and then you can see how strong this level is. Like we didn't even have a level there, but I drew that because I showed you guys that was like 500 pips out, and that's generally where people would put their TP stop loss. So you can see that there's liquidity here that keeps pushing price back and forth. And then as soon as price breaks above it, it's going to create another level of liquidity above here. So price comes up again. It does the same exact thing. See how price comes up? It comes up to that point right there, but people have sell limits at this area. So as soon as price touches it, it comes right back down. Touches it. See that big wick?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the same thing. You just gotta think of things from you gotta think of like what other people are thinking, right? If other people are thinking that's a area of selling, then that's probably what like the banks are probably doing the opposite. So it's,
ever since I started looking at that sentiment, I haven't lost much. Knock on wood.
exactly, yeah. So when the sentiment is high, if there's a lot of people shorting the market, retail traders, I'm not going to short the market. I'm going to buy. I'm going to go opposite, because like, bro, just think about it. Like whoever was selling down here got freaking screwed, because this pushed up like almost 2,300 pips. Like people's stop losses are not that high. If you think about it, like people's stop losses for US 30 are probably going to be around the, you know, 100 pip to 200, maybe 500 pip range. But this is like a huge move up here. And I think the worst part was like last week, dude. Remember last week when we were watching it? Like sentiment was like 80% right here. And if you were selling at that point, like, dude, so many suckers got their accounts blown, because this thing pushed up like 10,000 pips, bro. And people kept selling. And it was just like, dude, why are people selling, man? This doesn't make any sense. But thankfully, like I explained sentiment to you guys, so none of you guys sold. And, you know, we just kept winning every time we kept buying. That's why I'm tempted to buy right now. I'm tempted to buy, but I don't want to, because this can easily dump at some point. Because even though they keep stopping these people out, they got to give these people some wins, right? Some people have to win. If everyone just loses, they're just not going to trade US 30, and there's going to be no liquidity for that asset.
You think it might sell off to end the week?
Maybe, possibly. I don't think it's going to sell off that much. It'll probably drop to here. Let's see.
I think it's gonna come down to like the previous high of that zone that you have, like 33,005, and then it's gonna continue its way back up.
I can see that, yeah. Because I don't think it'll drop that much, but I think it'll definitely drop to like, to some extent.
Yeah, that's crazy. And it's still going.
Like during Asia, I think it's just gonna continue up to like your next red line. And then I think during New York is gonna have like one of those huge like sell-offs, have everybody sell again, and then by the end of tomorrow, it's gonna go back up.
I can see that too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They take all those future
Yeah, I
sells
think
tonight.
it's like, I think
yeah.
it's gonna go up to like 33, 155 area till like New York. And then when New York opens, I think it's gonna come back down. Catch all the sellers, make them think like, oh, this is the top. It's gonna be a sell now. And then it's gonna be a buy still. It's just gonna be a pullback.
It's almost like they catch the people that are late to the party.
Oh,
That's who they
100%.
beat. Yeah.
Dude. Like, well, yeah, that's what's going to happen. Like, they'll probably reach this area here, and people are probably going to think this is the high. So they'll drop it to here, and then they'll just load up some more sells right here. As soon as they have enough sellers, like as soon as sentiment goes back up to like 80%, dude, skyrocket, boom, new all-time high.
It's like you were saying about the news. Like they'll report it happened this morning. They'll be reporting it now. Oh, US 30, the market is tanking.
Oh yeah, exactly.
But it already fucking happened.
Exactly, yeah. That's why I don't follow the news at all, dude. I follow the news to see what's going on, but I don't follow like, news events based off that. And like, that same pattern that Kyle was just mentioning, dude, you can clearly see it right here. It's freaking obvious. See these drops? They push price up, they drop it slightly to load up some more sellers. As soon as they have enough sellers, they spike it right back up. Then they're like, oh, I just got unlucky. I got to hop in again. They load up some more sellers. You least expect it. Boom. All the way up.
I was looking at that that low point, the low pivot, not the first one, the second one.
Yeah.
Where you drew that, where you drew those there. And I was watching because I was in trades there. And those two candles after that long wick, they never went lower than that 32,810. So I was like sitting there like, dude, it's gotta go. It's gonna reverse.
Yeah, no, like definitely like this right here. This is where they trap people too, because they make people think that it's impossible, like they're not going to break it. So people see this level right here and they're like, oh, this is never going to break, right? And as soon as people enter their sells right here, so what happens? They enter a bunch of sells right here, and as soon as they enter it, boom, it shoots right back up.
Also, some people use like Fibonacci to trade US 30, and then as soon as like, for instance, like if you go to like the left a little bit, like where it made the highs right there, the 33,005 right there.
Right here, yeah.
Yeah, like if you draw like a fib long on that where it like consolidated a little bit, when it made its move down, that's like a 618 rejection for a fib long.
Right here, Kyle?
If you take the fib for a fib long, like if you take it from the lower pivot, I think it's like 32,915.
Okay.
And then bring it up to the high of the pivot.
Oh, you started it from the bottom.
Yeah.
31. It was like
to the left.
Oh, the
911.
No, up.
I think it's 911, 32,911.
Yeah, 32,911. I can't see it on my screen.
To your right.
To your right.
Three.
30. Oh, I see it. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, like if you take a fib long to the top, then when it comes down, it's like a 618 rejection. And then it traps everybody again. They're like, oh, you know what? Like it's gonna go up, it's gonna go back up, and then it keeps coming down, grabs more sellers, and then it just consolidates for however long and then goes back up.
Exactly. That's one thing that I started looking at too. Like for example, when sentiment is so low, you can do an opposite fib. Like people are doing fibs to go short. because they're trying to short the market. So like, for example, here, if you were to, let me see, fib retracement. So like, for example, here, if you were to drop from here to here,
Dude, I got killed using this thing.
yeah, I don't like using the fib, dude. Like, I honestly, I don't even know how to use it that well. But if you know how to use a fib, you can do you can reverse engineer it. So like, if people are trying to trade a certain way, like for example here, if people are trying to use this for a sell, like they're trying to see where it would come back down from.
What you eating over there, Kyle?
Let's see.
Pulled pork.
Here.
Shit looks good.
Amanda made it. I don't use the fib on US 30, but I just like, if you like draw a fib, you can see like where people like get faked out and stuff. Like it's for the fib longs and stuff, and where it retraces back down, grabs some sellers, and then goes back up.
Yeah, I don't really like using the fib either. I like just looking at the chart because I can kind of see where people are getting suckered in. Basically, wherever it reaches the all-time high, like right here, this would be a place where people get suckered in. Again, right here, this is like another area where people get suckered in. Like every time it reaches an all-time high, we just draw our zones around that area. Like right here. Like if you were to see this right here and I would play it back to like something like this, you know, if I was to see this right here, this is where I see people entering some more sells. Like I'm like, all right, people are probably gonna have some more sell limits as price reaches this area right here. And then that's where you can draw some more of these little lines, like this thing that I was drawing over here, just to see where people's stop losses are and stuff.
Why is it so choppy between these two zones?
Which one? Between
You just drew that big one, and then the one below it, right? Where the
these
high
two right
was. Yeah, if you play these candles, it's like real choppy in there.
Oh yeah, because like earlier when I was talking
That was
about
the news.
Yeah, it was during the news time. It was 11. So Powell started speaking right here at 11, and then every time he said something, it would spike up and it would spike down. Said nothing, spike up, spike down.
So that's, you guys think it's just all news? It has nothing to do with just being all time high.
Well, no,
I think it's a combination of both.
It's a combination of both. That's why I drew the zone right here, because like for example off this, you know, that would be the all-time high. Because some people don't even pay attention to news at all. So some people just trade technicals even throughout news. And like if that was the case right here, this would it was like what I was mentioning earlier. Like people would just they would enter like a sell stop here because they think this is, you know, it's gonna have to drop.
Just rocking.
But then it ends up shooting back up. Yeah, because it comes up and then it just comes right back down.
Yeah, like you see those wicks, man. Like they range between those two zones, like
So
full
good.
candles.
It's got like a little kick to it.
Exactly, and that's why I wouldn't want to trade during this area, because the thing is, if you're scalping right here,
Yeah.
well, let's see. I mean,
I mean, they're pretty good though, right?
you probably would have hit these trades actually, because there
At
was
least
some,
that one, that green one, the small green one.
yeah, like for example here, you could probably catch a lot of wins here if you're just entering buys with no stop loss. But then that's super dangerous.
Better.
They can easily
Yeah.
like spike up or spike down.
Ah, baby.
I want to take some trades for US 30, but it's at an all-time high again.
I know, I see that, and like Kyle's strategy is supposed to be a sell. I mean,
Yeah, I ain't taking it though.
I know, yeah. I'm like,
Plus, it's a little late now because it's like
yeah.
8 o'clock. So like it usually comes like within the first hour or so.
Yeah.
After that, it would be like a reversal.
They're look
so.
at those last three candles. There's like no lower wicks.
Yeah, it's just pushing up. There's like no there's no drops. It just keeps pushing up higher and higher. But we'll
That's
see.
crazy.
I mean, it can only go high so far until it has to come back down. It's gonna have to come down at some point. So we probably wait for that drop and then catch it on its way back up.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't even want to take any more sells, even though like I know like it's gonna come.
Yeah, but to be honest with you, I wouldn't even take any sells till it's like below like the 32,800 area.
Exactly. Yeah.
Because then it could technically be bearish again. once it gets below that area.
Yeah. Honestly, I'd probably hold off until the sentiment drops. Sentiment's too high right now, bro. 77%. And I think it's still increasing too. It's crazy because like these, I feel like these people are just gambling, bro. They're just waiting for it to drop, and it's never going to drop. Damn, look at that candle. Another big bullish candle right there.
Wow. Look at it.
That thing is still pushing, dude. That's crazy.
Damn, you think it's going to hit 200? 70 points?
I think so, honestly.
It's not
Yeah,
that
it
far,
could by
man.
the time
Holy
Asian
shit.
hits. Well, I mean, New York
London?
hits, yeah.
Or New York?
Well, yeah, even London too. You still got London.
You know, I think during London it'll drop. It'll drop and then it'll come back up during US. Let's see.
Yeah, it's not that far, man.
Yeah, right here, London. This is probably where it'll come down a little bit. So it'll probably keep pushing. I'm gonna see where the quarter points are. So there's actually a lot of strategies that you can apply. Well, a lot of strategies that people apply for US 30. One thing that a lot of people apply to are quarter points. I don't know if you heard of that before.
Yeah, I've
Mm-mm.
seen everybody use quarter points.
Yeah.
I like everybody that I've seen like lately that like trades it. They all use quarter points.
Yeah.
I have no idea what you guys are talking about.
Quarter points are just like they're like the whole numbers in between each big move. Like for example, here would be 33,000. That'd be one quarter point. The next quarter point would be 33,250. So like basically, when price breaks like a quarter point, it generally pushes to the next quarter point. Here, let me just. I'll use a horizontal.
I know what you're saying. And so those are their zones are the points.
Exactly. Yeah.
Basically,
Because like the whole numbers, that's usually where like banks and stuff like to trade because that's just like they like the whole numbers because they'll have like their algos trade around those areas. So like for example, here price broke the quarter point, came back down for a fake out, and then it swung back up, and then now like you can see here that it hit it 3 times, right? The quarter points.
Yeah.
So now that it hit 3 times, it established it as the next zone basically. And that's just one way to look at it. It's like what I generally do is I look at what people are applying. Like I look
Is there
at
a window open?
I look at like what other people are applying, and then I reverse engineer it. So if people are looking at quarter points, then I'm looking to do the opposite of them. So if they're trying to buy at quarter points, then I look for patterns to see what can I do to outsmart them, right? Because like for example here, like when price comes down to this point, they probably fake people out right here because the price came down to this quarter point, it closed below, and people thought it was going to drop. Like for example, right here, I'm sure some people thought it was going to drop. Whoever was just trading quarter points. And then it ended up swinging back up to screw all those people. So that's generally how I would like reverse engineer strategies. I like to look for what people apply, like what's a common strategy that like retail traders like to trade, and then I do the opposite of them because like majority of retail traders fail at trading. So in order to outsmart them, you just got to do the opposite of what people are doing. So quarter points are something that you could definitely look at. It's not something that I apply, but it's definitely something that you could use. But it does work. Like for example, right here, it doesn't work all the time because the thing is, you're gonna get faked out. Like for example, here, price broke the quarter point right here, and then it actually played out. Price got to the quarter point right here, and then it faked people out, went the opposite way. Again, right here, it got to this quarter point, rejected off it, and then it came back down. So it works sometimes, but you just got to figure out times when it doesn't work, and then you can capitalize on on those mistakes.
Interesting.
Yeah, I mean, there's a ton of strategies. You just got to figure out what people like to use and find a way to exploit it. It's kind of similar like with the way that we trade, right? Like for us, everyone's trying to short the market. So what we do the opposite, and we buy, and then we end up making profit off that. Because all these people are taking L's. Like whoever's shorting the market right now, I don't understand why they keep shorting.
Yeah, I don't know how to understand how they like when you see like a big move, like up, they're still like 70%, 75% people short. It's like, how are you
Because
not?
they want to catch that
They drop.
move to
Yeah.
I know, but like
get the drop.
how red are you gonna go?
Some people just keep going, bro. They keep going until they blow their account.
Oh my god.
Because
Like
they're
trying to retire on one trade.
because what they're trying to do is they're trying to outsmart the institutions, right? It's not going to happen. So like instead of joining them trying to outsmart the institutions and banks, you just trade with institutions and the banks so that you can outsmart the retail trader.
Yeah, I guess maybe they're like thinking like the market's bound to crash and they're just gonna
Exactly.
ride it
Yeah,
down.
exactly. Yeah. Well,
How are they gonna
everyone's been saying it's going to crash for like the longest, which it's due for a crash, but what are the odds of it crashing like tomorrow? Probably not likely.
I don't, dude. After what I saw last year, I just don't see it happening.
Exactly, right?
There's got to be another bubble or something because like they shut down the country and it hit record highs.
Yeah, they shut down the country and then US 30 just kept pushing up higher and higher. Dude, look at this candle, bro. It's still pushing. That's crazy.
That's it's gotta be something has to do with like the digital age and how everything is, you don't need to go to the stores anymore. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah.
Like, did they really shut down the country? Like, were we really shut down?
Not really, man. It seems like
Yeah.
Amazon bought out the country, dude. Amazon,
Yeah,
shut down the country and then have everyone buy from Amazon.
yeah. They were still, I think they did the most. Like, oh my god, look at that candle.
Dude, that's crazy.
Like the post office and UPS and FedEx, like they were overwhelmed.
Yeah.
And I wonder what.
There always seems like there's an alternate agenda out there, which there probably is, but will we ever find out? Probably not. It's just always going to be, conspiracy theory, but
It's a theory till it's true.
exactly, which will never get proven, but like people will still think back at it like, oh, they'll have all these different theories of like why COVID happened. Are these vaccines what's it called? Well, what are people saying? They're saying the vaccines are like trackers. Like
Yeah, to track your body or whatever.
Yeah, but it's like, dude, you're gonna get tracked regardless. Like whenever I see people
Well, we all got iPhones, man.
yeah, whenever people try to say like, oh, like I don't trust this, I don't trust that, it's like, dude, you're gonna get tracked either way. You got trackers on your car, like on my Tesla, bro. On my Tesla, they know everywhere I'm going. They know how I'm driving, where I'm driving. Like,
well, I love the iPhone. They did something to piss Facebook off.
oh yeah, they took it off. Yeah, they took that the option off for them to trace you
to target ads and shit.
Yeah, but Facebook already found a way around that. They have like those little pop-ups sometimes. Sometimes where it's like, oh, do you want to turn on notifications when you download the app?
Yeah.
And you don't even think about it. You're like, oh yeah, of course I want notifications. You just grant them access, and there goes the thing that Apple tried to stop.
Ah, okay. I never turn on notifications.
Yeah,
Kyle knows, man. I never read any of my notifications.
I got to turn off all mine, dude. I got way too many.
Yeah, and then Facebook went after iMessage too.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, dude, who wants to use WhatsApp? Nobody wants to use that.
Exactly, right? Yeah, I mean, it doesn't matter. Like at this point, it's like you can't go off the grid, dude. No matter how many times, no matter how hard people try to go off the grid, it's impossible. You can't go off the grid.
Yeah,
like
there's no way.
Like you're gonna get traced one way or another. So
now with the computers, like you have to log into an account for everything. Like, everything you do is traced. I remember years ago, you just log in your computer, you turn it on, and it would just come on. Now you have to get a personal profile.
Yeah, exactly. You need a personal profile for everything.
And then it's you need your Microsoft account now.
Yeah, dude, it's crazy.
Well, you got Apple. Apple's probably different, right?
Yeah, we have our Apple ID. It's the same thing.
Yeah, same thing. Yeah.
And our Apple ID is connected to everything, dude. It's like if I have my phone on me, my Apple Watch on me, dude. Apple Watch is another tracer too.
Yeah.
It's like
there's
no way getting around it. So it's like there's no point in fighting the system. Just go with it.
Nah. The only thing I don't I'll never understand is how well China did during the pandemic. Just doesn't make sense to me.
What was that?
Like how well China did during 2020.
Oh, dude, tell me about it, right?
Like the economic growth and stuff, like
they just kept growing.
It doesn't make any sense. Like it's either something went on or they just have that much power over their people that they were able to just kill the virus. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Something just doesn't make sense.
It doesn't, but that's life, man. It's the life we live. And dude, like even now with like AI going, like AI is getting bigger and bigger. It's like
That's scary.
yeah, like CT saying right here in the chat. I just saw the chat. CT said we are the product. Exactly. There's no getting around it. Like
Yep.
like eventually everyone's gonna have to get the vaccine. Doesn't matter if there's anti-vaxxers out there or whatever. Everyone's gonna have to get the vaccine at some point. Or you can't fly, you can't go to concerts, you can't do anything. So
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, I'm probably gonna get it soon
Fucked up,
because
man.
they're starting to give them there's I think in this area or like San Diego, they're starting to give vaccines to everyone. Like you can just show up, get the vaccine.
Yeah.
So I'll probably be getting it soon so I can start traveling and doing stuff again. I mean, it's whatever. Life's short,
See,
bro.
dude, I know. I just don't trust. So what I mean, you find out years later when like a company releases a product that literally kills people. And
Oh
it's
yeah,
like, oh yeah, 10 years, 20 years ago, you see the commercials. Oh, did you get this or that from this company? No big deal. We'll throw money on it. Like,
exactly. I mean, I think there's already cases about it right now, like with Pfizer and stuff with the vaccine.
I know overseas I'm seeing stuff.
Yeah, they stopped giving out the vaccines in like Europe, I think.
Yeah.
They just stopped giving them out because I don't know what happened, but something happened.
Yeah,
Didn't Italy like shut down again or something?
Yeah, some areas in Europe got shut down again because they had another outbreak. It's crazy, dude. It's like it kind of feels like they like if the not the vaccine, if COVID was like a man-made virus and they just made it too strong, dude, where it starts to mutate and stuff and they can't control it anymore.
Well, that's what like
That's kind of what happened. Yeah.
I don't know anything about viruses, but I thought that they really can't cure the COVID. What is it, COVID or something? The strain.
Yeah.
Like
I
I
don't
thought
know.
it was like like a common cold or some shit.
Exactly. Yeah.
There's never gonna be an actual cure, but it's gonna be like a flu shot.
Exactly. You just gotta get it every year. Yeah. Honestly, I don't know. I don't know, and I don't care at this point. It's like there's no way of getting around it. There's literally no way of getting around it.
No, I'm just I'm just more concerned like when is corporate America gonna just start forcing their employees to do this shit? Because it's gonna happen.
Yeah, dude. Everyone's gonna get microchipped so that
I don't even know what I would do if they told me I'd have to, I'm not even an anti-vaxxer. I'm just like, yo, you can't tell me what to do, but it's gonna happen.
Exactly.
They do it already. It's stupid.
It's totally stupid. CT said, "Why, if everyone is vaccinated, do I need to too? Shouldn't y'all be safe?" Exactly.
No, so I'm hearing shit now that if you're vaccinated, you still have to follow all the procedures because you're still a carrier of the virus.
Oh, really?
Or you still could be a carrier, but I guess you don't exhibit you like asymptomatic or some shit. Like you could still carry the virus and then transmit it to people, even if you're vaccinated.
Yeah, I know. I can see that. Yeah, because I also read that like people who are vaccinated could just hang out now, like as long as you have your card. But I was reading some stuff too, and you know how people take pictures of their little vaccine cards.
Yeah.
Like, dude, and like when people do that, people just copy their numbers. Like it has the numbers on there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because people don't block it out, so it shows which vaccine you got, and people just like copy down the numbers and they can just print out the form, and they just
and like forge it.
Yeah, just forge it. It's like it's crazy, man. They should have figured out a better way to give out those vaccine papers because everyone can just copy anyone else's.
Yeah, I don't know, dude. I don't know what's gonna happen.
Yeah, I don't know either. As long as we can continue to trade and profit off this market, that's all that matters to me.
Yeah, me too.
Because COVID's not going to go anywhere, bro. Like you just got to live with it at this point.
I feel like that's where we're at now. It's just gonna be here.
Exactly. Yeah, Biko over here in the chat said, I don't believe anything the government says.
Yeah, me too. That's why I'm like, dude, I don't like they've been lying to us our whole, all the time.
Yeah.
And now you're gonna come out and we're supposed to trust you? Like, come on, man. There's people in Flint, Michigan that don't have clean drinking water and they don't do anything about it.
Yeah, they haven't had clean drinking water in like, bro, I don't even know how long. Like I was in high school and they didn't have clean drinking water.
but then we'll send billions overseas. It's like doesn't make any sense. So I'm gonna trust you. You know?
Yeah, dude, man, that's crazy. I remember like in high school or like early college, I had like a trip where like I was like my school was like paired with the school from Flint, Michigan. And dude,
Oh, shit.
that issue is going on since then. Like we were kids at the time and they were like, yeah, like we have issues with our water. And I was like, damn. Like thinking about it now, it's like dude, it's been like years, you know?
Yeah.
And it's still going on there.
I don't drink tap water. I stopped like
Oh,
I
yeah,
haven't
yeah.
yeah, I stopped drinking that like maybe 10 years ago.
Yeah, I don't remember the last time I drank tap water. I just buy mine. I buy it from that like dispensable, you know, one of those machines.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it tastes weird, dude. I don't like tap water. It tastes funky.
Yeah, because it's all that like nasty shit in there. Those
Yeah,
dirty pipes they don't clean.
exactly. Yeah, dude. Like last year, I was living in San Diego, like in downtown, and my water was like, it was like yellow. I was like, "The fuck is this?"
Really?
Yeah, it was weird. And it was like a brand new apartment building, so I was like, "Damn, the water there is that bad?"
Really?
Yeah, it's crazy. I don't know if it was just during that time period, like maybe it was just dirty water during that time, but
I know if they're doing construction and they like say they tap into like a main or something or they disrupt any kind of older pipe, like sediment in the pipe gets mixed in.
exactly.
Not that the water's dirty, like the actual pipes.
Yeah, the pipes are dirty, or you get like
Yeah.
what is like lime rust or something in your water.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know any of that stuff, but yeah, I definitely don't drink any tap water, dude, for
Yeah,
sure.
me neither. Hell no.
Man, let's see, dude, I'm like so tempted to hop in this
You
US.
drink tap water, you don't need the corona vaccine.
You already got it, bro.
Yeah, for real. If you drink tap water, you glow at night, dude.
Exactly, right? Oh man. Yeah, dude, it always shocks me when I see people just drink tap water out of the sink. I'm like,
Nasty.
"But it's dirty."
Tastes like metal.
It does, no, it really does though. It smells like metal.
Yeah.
Let's see. Have you guys been trading the Aussie 200, dude? I've been watching it, but I haven't seen any entries off it.
No, I don't even think I have that on my my watch list.
Yeah, there's a couple people in the group that trade it. I've seen them trade it. And they make profits off, but I haven't really seen anything good myself. It's like random.
What
All I've been looking at is US 30 gold and GJ. And yesterday I traded EJ for like the first time in forever and hit 40 pips.
Nice, definitely, dude.
what
It spiked up today when Powell was talking.
Oh
Which
yeah,
is
no,
weird.
yeah. It spiked
What-
up. The JPY was weak, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah,
what page do you have the Aussie 200 from? Like on your watch list? Would
Oh, what was that? What do I have it under?
yeah, the Aussie 200. Which one did you
I have it under
yeah, like you know, like currency.com, forex.com.
oh, I use
yeah.
Awanda. I don't think they have currency.com on for Aussie 200.
Yeah, I don't see it.
That is Awanda.
Dang, you got a lot of stuff on your watch list.
Yeah, I got a whole bunch. I don't
I
look
wish
at
you could share that stuff, man.
what was that for this?
I wish they let you share that stuff.
Oh, the watch list?
Yeah.
Oh, I do. It's on the website. You can just download it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, if you go on the website.
And apply it to Trading
Yeah,
View? Like I don't have to pick them myself?
Yeah, you just click this right here. You click this and then export list or import list, and then it'll just create a list for you.
Yeah, because I tried to send Kyle a list, and it went into like Notepad, and it was just like the symbols.
Oh yeah. That's how it looks like. When you import it, it'll put it into the list for you. So that's
shit,
just
okay.
it's like a little code for the symbols.
Dude, I use Notepad a lot, dude, when I mess with programs. You
Yeah.
open up the program in Notepad, you could change all the stuff.
Oh yeah. No, I used to do that too when I used to mess around with it. I can't do it anymore on the Mac though. It's a different. It's kind of like Notepad, but it's different. It's not the same thing. Where it shows all the.
My company had a old program we were using to view like construction schedules,
Yeah.
and like all the contractors would send these new like versions of the schedule, and our program was so old that we couldn't open them. I was the only one who knew how to open them, and all I was doing was going in the file and changing it, changing the version number on it.
You deserve a raise, bro.
Oh, they ask me all the time, how you do that? I was like, I don't know, man. I'm not telling you.
I don't know.
Job security.
It's a secret, dude. It's a secret. You gotta pay me more to unlock these secrets.
Yeah. I don't. Where's the thing on the pit website?
Oh yeah. Let me go to it. It's like on the top module. It says my K2 watch list. Let's pull it up. Let's see.
Do I have to be signed in?
Yeah. So just sign into the. It's like on the course.
Oh, the Teachable.
Yeah, it's on the Teachable. So let's see. Yeah. So when you go on the website, it's right here. K2 watch list. You just click
Oh,
on,
in the actual course. Oh.
yeah. Just click on that. Click on the text file right here, and then you can
Oh, sweet.
you can just import it. So you can have my whole watch list on your chart. So you don't have to go and input it yourself. Yeah, and I just updated it, so it's brand new. Like it has the all the current ones that I'm looking at.
Nice.
Let's see,
Yeah,
Jazz. Shawn, are you gonna hop into US 30? So I want to hop into US 30, but I'm probably not going to. It's at an all-time high. So if we get entries, then yeah, I would want to enter it, but there's just no entries available right now. Let's see.
next one's gonna be a sell.
Yeah. Probably gonna drop. It's probably gonna drop a bit. I could see this dropping from here slightly. You know what they'll do is they'll probably drop it a little bit here, so people will enter those sells, and
Are
then
they still faking people out during this session? Like, does it matter?
oh, for sure, dude, all day.
Oh, okay. All right.
Like literally all day.
Like they don't go to sleep, huh?
Oh, I know, definitely. Well, right now this is like the Asian market faking out people now. It's
Okay.
all the world, yeah.
So they're all playing the game.
Yeah, literally everyone's playing the game, dude. So like what I see happening here is this is probably going to it'll probably drop a bit. I think it'll drop until like maybe London session, like London Open. Yeah, it'll probably drop a little bit and then consolidate a bit. Probably like a slow drop.
If you look at it, it's been rejecting off the yellow pivot. Really
Yellow
nicely.
pivot, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
All the way up.
Yeah, it looks like whenever it hits the yellow pivot, that may be a good time to buy. Yeah, dude, like right here. Boom. Straight kill right there, dude. Damn. Took all those 3 trades right there, straight up.
Yeah.
Too. You know what? That looks like a pretty good sweet spot, actually. Now that I look at it, it's like, damn, yeah. Dude, now that I think of it, man, that looks like, I'm kind of curious now. What if I just focus on just the yellow pivot?
I don't know how you see it on your screen.
Oh, is it too bright for you?
Oh, I can't see it at all.
Let me see. Let me just change it to a different color.
I mean, if you could see it, that's cool.
Yeah, no, I can see it, but I'll change it to like blue. It's probably easier.
I got the black background, so.
Oh yeah, no, it's harder for you. Yeah, actually, I don't know if it necessarily follows it because I see some rejections right here, but they're all flops.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess it would just depend. Because you kind of got to see when market is actually chopping stuff too. It's not always going to be, directional. All right, dude, I got to hop on this next session at 5:30. Do you want to cover anything before I log off?
No, I'm good. Just lock us in next Wednesday.
For sure, dude, for sure. Oh, actually, next Wednesday, someone's got it around this time. So
Oh, come on, man.
It might overlap. Let me check.
I need you to put it in your calendar for the next year. Just lock
We do
that time in.
Let's see.
Yeah.
I got one at 5. So if you guys want to start earlier, we can probably do that. I just got to be off before 5. Unless you want to do it after.
Nah, it'll be too late.
It's too late for you guys. Huh? You guys are 3 hours ahead. Yeah, because I got one at 5. So if you want to do like maybe 3 to 4:30 or something like that, we can probably do that. Or we could even do
What's-
like 3:30 to 4:30.
That's cool.
Yeah, I'll just change it for that specific one. Let's see. 3:30, 4:30.
Hey, how far do we got to schedule with you, Shawn?
How far do you guys got to schedule?
Yeah, we gotta start going a month, 2 months in advance here.
Dude, I'm already like, yeah, it's crazy. I've been booked up like I'm not gonna be doing mentorships anymore for like new people, just for the people who are already within K2. Because I cover everything during the live session anyways. Like if someone can attend
Yeah.
the live session, I cover everything there already. So I'm still gonna give mentoring sessions to everyone who's like already within K2, but the new people that sign up, I'm probably not gonna give any more. Like I'm not gonna openly give out mentoring sessions. Like also mentor people if they ask and if I have time, but I'm not gonna like openly like, hey, I'll mentor everybody, you know?
Yeah.
'Cause,
No, you don't have enough time
yeah.
for that.
Looking at my calendar, dude, I'm like booked up a whole month already almost. So
I'm
like,
down to even like trade just the Asian Open.
yeah, dude, no,
If you want to
definitely.
live stream and just trade.
We probably could. Well, I mean, it's around this time anyways. Asia opens at 4, so that's the same time we normally meet.
Yeah, it doesn't matter to me.
Yeah, no, definitely. But yeah, so next week, 3:30, then we should be good.
All right.
All right, dude. So I'll catch you guys later, and let's get some more profits. Let's close out this week strong, dude. This week's been good. I don't think I've had one loss on Sunday night, which was a stupid trade that I probably shouldn't have taken. But other than that, it's been a great week so far. No losses other than that one.
Straight money.
Straight money, man. We got to
Money.
close this week out strong. We got 2 more days left, and then we got to make up for last week. Last week was trash. It was just I didn't even trade that much last week.
Dude, I killed it. I'm doing pretty good.
Yeah, the thing was last week I kept calling trades out for you guys, but I wasn't taking anything myself because I was like I felt like it was too risky because it kept pushing up. But then after seeing that all my trades hit last week, it just gave me confidence to like just take them anyways. So we'll see.
Yeah, you're the last person that should be lacking confidence.
Right? Yeah. The thing was, I think it was because last week, since David was on the session with me, we kind of had conflicting views. So it made me second guess my trades. But like now that I just been, taking trades without it really thinking, it's been pushing pretty nice. So it's been good. But yeah, dude. So I'll catch you guys next week, and we'll see if we can lock in some more profits tonight or tomorrow. I'll let you know if I see anything.
Awesome.